Yeah, man. We just decided we could catch no fish, so we decided to come feed the ducks, man. We got see if we can catch something. We got Donald.
Daffy.
We got Daffy.
Is that? I see that boy Keyshawn in the back.
Is that Keyshawn over there? Oh shit, we found Keyshawn.
Keyshawn!
There you go.
There
you go. We got Keyshawn. He needs some bread. We got Keyshawn out here. We just decided to come feed the ducks, man. You feel Rufus? You feel me? We got them all, man. We got all the ducks. This where they at. Y'all been wondering where they was at? This where the ducks at.
But at the end of the day, it is like I said, put the fight on.
Hey, Wack. Hey. Yo. Hey. This shit easy, nigga. Hey. All I'm talking about. Nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it. Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? Give me Keyshawn Davis versus Brian Norman Jr. Give me Keyshawn Davis versus Brian Norman Jr. right now. I know Keyshawn Davis has been pretty much avoiding any public interviews, any statements. He's been uploading different, photos of him working out these cryptic messages on IG, basically kind of speaking to him staying focused and quieting the noise and all of the people criticizing him for legitimately ducking Devin Haney multiple times and with different offers. And I think it's starting to sink in with Keyshawn that, at least it should be, that it's time to put up or shut up. And you devaluing your credibility with the stunt that you pulled versus Edwin De Los Santos, couldn't make weight. And then this thing that you did with Devin Haney. This notion that you have already arrived and you have no room to prove yourself, right? And so I know he's been pretty much out the picture ever since that purse bid. Haven't really heard much from him. Normally he'll pop on IG, go live. He'll go on Cigar Talk with Najee. You know what I'm saying? He'd be ready to jump in front of a fight hype camera. But we ain't seen none of that. Meanwhile, Brian Norman Jr., who's been looking for a fight, haven't had any luck getting any of the other champions in the ring with him. And I could kind of understand that, even though he's ranked number 2 right now. Devin Haney's number 1 at welterweight. Brian Norman Jr. is ranked at number 2. Mind you, Brian Norman Jr. was ranked number 1 when Devin Haney fought him. So his only loss is to Devin Haney, who's currently ranked number 1. And so it makes sense that he didn't drop down far in the rankings. And Brian Norman Jr. is saying, look, if I can't get any of the other champions, the big name that makes sense, or the name, I can't even say big name because Keyshawn Davis is not a big name. He's a fighter that us hardcore boxing fans recognize has a level of talent. We know that he's a good fighter. And he could be great. But we just have to see him in the fights. And I think Brian Norman sees that as well. He sees a guy who could pose some sort of a challenge. A guy he's willing to welcome into the welterweight division. Brian Norman Jr. said, look, you ducked Devin Haney, right? Brian Norman Jr. and Sr. have posted a video. I might throw that in here. Posted a video of them by the lake feeding ducks. And they say, hey, we see Donald. We see Daffy. Oh, and there go Keyshawn. They got a target on Keyshawn Davis back right now. The same target that Keyshawn had on Devin Haney, they got on Keyshawn Davis right now. And they saying, hey, look, he said, I can't think of no other names right now until I can get in with the champions. What's happening, Keyshawn? Are you really coming to 147? Or was that just fluff? Do you truly want to make a career at 47? Do you want to actually fight at 47 and potentially get a belt? Right? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a great fight for both guys. I think stylistically, that fight may even be better than the Keyshawn and Devin Haney fight. You know, you got Keyshawn Davis who can really do it all. I think Keyshawn Davis is a complete fighter. He can box, he can bang, he's very intelligent. He know how to pick his shots. He got a wide variety of punches. He has really good feet. And I'm talking about feet in between the distances, right? He's not super mobile, but he got really good feet in close spaces, good lateral movement. He just know how to get his shots off, and his defense is really good. You know what I'm saying? Defense good enough for the level of offense that he bringing. You know what I mean? He can transition from defense to offense and from offense to defense really good. Keyshawn Davis, to me, is the total package. I think Brian Norman Jr. is a superb fighter, right? Yes, he got exposed some weaknesses versus Devin Haney, but Devin Haney is a world-class, top of the top, skillful boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that's going to be able to exploit many fighters' weaknesses. That's what Devin Haney does best. You've seen Devin Haney fight several fighters with different styles, different approaches to the fight. That's a skill. That's a lot of that is experience, but that's just a level of skill that Devin Haney has that's at the top of the game. He's been a perennial pound for pound list resident. You feel what I'm saying? So is that you can't take everything away from Brian Norman just because he lost to Devin Haney, right? I think Brian Norman Jr. is a superb fighter. I think he has the tenacity and the toughness to make any fight a tough fight. I think he has a really good jab when he uses it, when he consistent with it. Got a great left hook, a nice right hand. Brian Norman Jr. is a fantastic inside fighter, and we know Keyshawn Day. I haven't really seen Keyshawn like move constantly in the ring, like just constantly moving and trying to fight from the outside. Keyshawn is a middle of the ring, mid-range type of guy, right? And so if Keyshawn would have it his way, he don't want to have to, like, he not trying to stay away from you. He want the smoke in the middle of the ring. And Brian Norman Jr. is the type of fighter that's going to meet you right there and be willing to fight you in the line of fire, in the trenches, in the pocket. And I think this will be one of those fights where there's going to be a measurement of skill. That's always the case in boxing, right? Boxing is a thinking man's game first. So it's always going to be a measurement of skill and intellect. But in this fight, I think you're going to see a lot of that physical attrition, that physical war of attrition come into account, because I think Keyshawn in the ring, I think he a dog. You know what I'm saying? He started to make me second guess that with the stunts that he pulling. You feel me? But I can only go off of the film that I've seen of him in the fights. And I think he's a dog. I think when somebody hit him, he want to get his lick back. With Brian Norman Jr., I view him the same way. I think Brian Norman Jr. is a dog. And I think when they get into close quarters, you know what I'm saying? And when the going get tough, somebody gonna have to fold. And I can see both of these guys not wanting to take a step back. I can see both of them, you know, going through their adjustments and, you know, trying to make the other fighter bend to their will. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's a great fight. It's a great opportunity for Brian Norman to get back on the horse. You know what I'm saying? Get back in that mode to where, okay, man, I just beat a really good fighter. I'm him again. Now I can go back and get my rematch with Devin Haney, or I can go take a belt from another champ, maybe fight Ryan Garcia, maybe fight Teofimo Lopez, maybe get the Pyro fight, you know what I'm saying, or any belt, and then be able to unify with Devin Haney at some point for a rematch. This is an opportunity for Keyshawn Davis, like Brian Norman Sr. said, hey, if you want a shot at Devin, then the pathway should be through Brian Norman Jr. You should be able to show, hey, let me show you I can beat him worse than you did. Then you earn your shot. This is an opportunity for Keyshawn Davis to show us that he's serious about fighting at 147, and then also that you can compete at this level. Because I think Brian Norman Jr. would be the best fighter that Keyshawn has been in the ring. That Keyshawn has been in the ring with. You know, me personally. You know, I think the guy that he fought at 40, I always forget that brother name, the Puerto Rican dude. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was a really good fighter, a really good boxer, but I just view Brian Norman as more of a threat. Especially stylistically, I view him more as a threat to Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz. I think Jermaine Ortiz is a good fighter, but you know, Brian Norman Jr. ain't gonna be in there just trying to stay away from you all night. He's gonna want to fight you, and I want to see Keyshawn Davis in a fight versus a guy who is not just trying to survive, who actually believes that he is the man that deserved a victory that night, who actually believe he should be the one, you know what I'm saying, that's the aggressor, that's the ring general in the fight. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it's a fantastic fight. Both guys have an opportunity to make a statement. And there's a lot at stake for both fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's a bounce back opportunity for both of them. For Brian Norman, he's getting back from a loss in a previous fight. You know what I'm saying? And then for Keyshawn Davis, he's trying to regain some credibility that he direly needs at this point. Because if he keep going down the path that he's been going, ain't nobody gonna want to pay to see Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? His value and his marketability is gonna continue to plummet if he stays on that trajectory. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. How do y'all feel about a Keyshawn Davis and Brian Norman fight? The Team Norman, they are calling for that fight. And I ain't heard nothing about Keyshawn, what you gonna do next. You can post all of the videos and the pictures on IG, you know, with the Pooh Shiesty song on the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, you know, ain't no more time for talking, it's time for working. Well, motherfucker, you done enough talking. I don't want to hear no more talking. I want to see you get in the ring and do something. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.